welcome to Let's Talk. I'm John and this is Matt, and today we're here to talk about the latest in the Halloween franchise, and supposedly at the end, Halloween Ends. And this one is directed again by David Gordon Green, stars Jamie Lee Curtis as Laurie Strode, and plenty more. But before we dive into our review, if you are a fan of movie reviews, 4K Blu-ray reviews, tech reviews, and game reviews, we try and do them all here on the channel, and nothing would help us out more than by liking this video and subscribing to the channel. So, we've been doing all the reviews of the Halloween films and their 4K Blu-rays for the last couple of weeks, but now it's time to finally complete the latest trilogy with Halloween Ends. And coming off of two great movies for us.
Very great. Yeah.
We really enjoyed the first two of this trilogy, Halloween 2018, Halloween Kills. We were really excited to see this tonight. We got tickets to the nicest theater in town. You know, we splurged, we spared no expense. And I don't know about you, but I walked out pretty disappointed.
It takes a lot to disappoint me. Like, John, not so much.
It's not a spoiler that we're disappointed. So we're going to do a non-spoiler review. Quick couple minutes. We'll tell you if we liked it or not, and we'll throw a grade on it. But then the end of the video, we're just going to talk spoilers because I think that is our biggest problem with the movie. So we want to get that in this video.
Right off the bat, like John said, we like 2018. We like Kills. I actually almost like Kills more than 2018. I really liked Kills a lot. I can't see the same people that made those movies made this. It had the same characters, I guess. It was the same universe, but it just, for some reason, it seems like it just took a real left turn.
Yeah, the biggest problem with this movie overall is its screenplay, its story. It just doesn't live up to what they set in place. And pretty much what we were promised, I think. I really feel like it was mispromoted in a lot of ways, without spoiling anything. With the first two movies set up, we felt like we were really building towards something. And in the beginning of this movie, there is a time jump, so if people don't know what this movie is about, it's 4 years after the events that took place in Halloween and Halloween Kills. And Jamie Lee Curtis at this point and her granddaughter, they've moved on with their lives. They're just trying to, Michael got away. They're just trying to get on and see what's happening out in the world. Just trying to live. Laurie says in the beginning of this movie she's not going to live in fear anymore. And, Michael's still out there. No one ever caught him. So now it's about, well, what's he up to and what is Haddonfield doing? Because that's actually a big part of this film as well. We'll talk more about that in a little while, but let's just say I was not impressed with this story pretty much at all.
Yeah.
Until the very end of it, I think I finally started to go, okay, at least they nailed the very end of it, but the rest of the movie leading up to that, it was disappointment, shock, and awe is the best way I can describe it. I don't know
it's so hard to screw. It's a simple formula. You have Laurie, you have Michael, you have your players.
Well, the game has changed,
but the players are the same.
You know it has to be done, and why didn't you do it? Like, it's a simple plot. It's a horror movie. It's not some extravagant thing where there's so much dialogue that has to be told and backstories and all that. It's just a very simple, cut and dry horror movie and it's a slasher movie too, so it's just very strange the direction they took. And like I said, I love Halloween Resurrection. I don't love Halloween 5, but I like even the bad Halloweens. Up until now, I don't think there was a bad Halloween movie. Not that this one was the worst thing I've ever seen. It wasn't terrible. I want to watch it again to get kind of a better understanding of it and maybe try to get, we went to theaters. Maybe I'll check it out on Peacock or just wait for the 4K to come out. I don't know. But, just sitting in the theater, I was just really just confused. I didn't really understand where they were going, what was going on. Are we in spoilers yet?
I want to give a final grade on it before we talk in the spoilers, because I do want to say that as much as we're knocking the story, there is still some good acting in here. Jamie Lee Curtis, actually, I loved how she played her role. She was early in the movie, she plays it kind of lighthearted, and I enjoyed that. Will Patton is always good. We get a new player. Rohan Campbell as Corey. He pops up in here, and he does a good job acting in his role. Everyone acted well. I thought the movie was well made. The score is great. I do enjoy the editing. It's very similar to the editing in Kills. Somebody will, slam something down, and they'll come out of it, and the next scene it's still loud.
Yeah.
I do like the way it was edited. So it's shot well. I really there was one thing where they would stay on a character. They would slowly zoom out. I appreciated all that. The filmmaking in it. Really, the story itself just drags it down, and if I'm going to give this a score out of 10, it's going to be a 4 out of 10, and it kills me to say that, just because I do love the series overall. I don't think it's the worst in the series, that by far. I don't think it's that bad. It's definitely floating near the bottom, but I really had higher expectations because I was one of those people that really enjoyed Halloween 2018 and Halloween Kills, and this one just really, it just let me down, is the best way to put it.
I think I'm going to be generous and give it a 5. Yeah, we're going to say 5.
You give it a 5? Yeah, that's the nicer of two of us. And I actually felt like I was being kind with giving it a 4. So this is your final warning. We want to talk some spoilers right now. And everybody who's seen the film, we want to talk spoilers in the comment section below because we want your thoughts on this film as well. Alright, so that's going to be the final warning. We're going to dive into spoilers right now. We want to talk about first, right out of the gate, the character of Corey, because this one threw us for a loop. Because with the beginning of the movie, we see him accidentally kill another kid, this kid Jeremy, who he's babysitting. Basically, what they're trying to get at in this movie is that the town is haunted by the ghost of Michael. Like, the whole town just has this bad energy over it, this evil that's causing people to commit suicide.
Right.
It's just a bad look for the whole town. Everyone's uncomfortable, and this character Corey, after what happens. You know, it's a few years later, 4 years down the line, or 3 years after that, and he has to, unfortunately, now deal with it. Because he's getting bullied by a bunch of 1980s stereotypical bullies in town. And everybody else, they just don't...
varsity coats.
Yeah. They just don't like him, and they don't think that it was an accident. Even though it is an accident, now this kid's life is getting ruined, just like Jamie Lee Curtis's life is getting ruined. They blame her, Laurie Strode, for bringing out the boogeyman. So these two are one and the same, is what they're trying to get at.
I don't even know what to say because I don't understand why this character was even in the movie. It just didn't really make sense. And, like, you don't even see Michael for, like, the first half hour.
I think it's more. I looked at my phone at 8:10. The movie was scheduled to start at 7, but we saw it at AMC, so we had a half hour of previews and Nicole Kidman telling us that...
Yeah. We make movies better.
Once we get into, we don't see him, and then when we first do see him, he, like, transfers his power to this kid, Corey. Like, I guess that's what he's doing. Like, he chokes him, he gets visions of him killing him, and then Corey jumps out of there, and he's like, okay, well, I'm gonna go out now, and I'm gonna kill.
Well, you skipped a lot, but, yeah, so the kid Corey, he's, I don't even know how, so the bully kids threw him off a bridge. So Michael's been living in a sewer drain for the past 4 years, and he is not in the best shape. He's all banged up, and he pulled Corey's unconscious body in there, and I guess what I got out of it was he wanted to I guess kind of hunt again, but he took a victim, I guess, to like make it a little bit easier on himself. And then when Corey came to, he's like, oh shit, where am I? And he tried to get out of the sewer, but Michael grabbed him. But as he was choking the life out of him, he looked into his eyes. They had a connection. They had a father-son moment. And I'll get back to that, what that makes sense. And then he just let him go, and Corey's like, oh shit, and he gets out of there. And Michael just lets him go. And Michael's never ever done that before. And the other 10 movies, or 12 now, right?
Yeah.
Or 13.
Well, 13.
Well, this is the 13th, but the last 12...
Man, Halloween 3 is a whole other bag. So,
now that Michael has let this guy go, and they made eye contact, and they had a thing, which was weird. Last one that did something stupid like that was 6, right?
Now, they're trying to explain what Michael is, and like how, it felt more like a character that would be in like a Friday the 13th movie. Like, this kind of reminded me of Jason Goes to Hell or A New Beginning. Like
Michael's supposed to be just a mental patient that has no feeling, no remorse, no nothing. He's just on a path. But now he looked into this guy's soul and said, oh shit, you're kind of like me, you're good.
And then from there you think, okay, well that's weird, so this guy's to go around killing. But no, him and Michael formed like a father-son kind of bond. Michael the mentor. Like, he's out there like putting his arm around him. He's teaching him the ways. He's like, oh good, you got your mask. It's not as cool as my mask, but it's a cool mask. I like what you're doing.
Well, the kid brought a guy into the sewer and held him while Michael killed him, and then all of a sudden Michael like knocked the cobwebs off, and then he was just good again. The killing healed him. Mm-hmm. Which is not the first time they've said... Well, actually, that was Freddy vs. Jason, right?
Well, that was you're thinking of Freddy needed Jason to go out and kill people to help Freddy get his powers back.
Right. Yeah.
This felt similar. Like he got to get Michael. Exactly. This is what I mean. It doesn't feel like a Michael Myers Halloween movie.
Yeah, it was very strange.
Yeah, and then there's the scene. Actually, it's funny Matt mentioned this, but in the movie, because right after that, where Michael and him are starting to bond,
they're palling around.
Yeah, this kid's got
all crazy.
Corey's got a momotorcycle, and it shows Corey in the next scene just driving by the camera and everything. And Matt's like, it would have been cool if they would have had Michael on him, like had his arms.
Well, because it starts in the distance because he's riding the bike. I was like, and there was somebody on it because he's seeing Laurie's granddaughter Allison.
Mm-hmm.
So she was on the back of the bike, but I swear to God, I thought it was Michael at first. I thought they were both riding on the bike together.
That would have been hysterical.
I mean, that would have made the movie better, but it would have honestly fit because it was just so ridiculous. Like
that whole thing.
Michael he took him under his wing, and it was like watching a nature video of a bear teach its cubs how to kill something. Michael's like, killed something, looked and said, "See, look."
And then he's like letting him finishing him off.
This is how you do it. Like, I was like, are you kidding me? What is this?
I know, and then it gets worse because the kid Corey, he's got his mom in this movie too, and his dad's sweet. He's taking
his mom kissed him on the mouth.
That's what I mean. His mom's just treating him like shit, but like she's yelling at him. She gets his face, and then she just lays one on him.
Well, no, she slapped him.
And then kisses him
right on the mouth.
Yeah, and then she walks out of the room, and then the dad's sitting there the whole time, and they turn the camera to him, and he's like, "I hope you find someone to love, son." And I'm like, well, what are we watching? And what are we doing? And I just couldn't wrap my head around it.
Very weird.
And then, okay, from there, eventually we build up finally to this big finale, like what we had hoped to see. We finally get Laurie Strode.
Well, don't forget about the point where Cody or Corey, whatever his name is, just has a hissy fit, runs into the sewer.
And pushes Michael.
Tackles Michael and takes his mask.
And Michael gets up like the Undertaker and just says, "All right." And then, he goes out and tries to kill with the mask. He fails. He tries to kill Laurie Strode.
He killed a few people.
He did on the way, but his last victim...
Mother.
Yeah, he killed his own... Well, she fucked him up a lot, too. But then she finally ends up at Laurie's place. She pretends to commit suicide. Then she ends up her and Michael are able to kill him. I don't understand why Michael said, I guess you're too weak, and he ends up just choking the life out of him, snapping his neck, taking his mask back, and then we finally get that big end of Laurie Strode versus Michael Myers. And that's what we wanted, and you know what? I thought that was pretty good.
Did you? Because
You were disappointed by that?
A little, yeah.
Yeah, I thought that fight lived up to what I hoped it would be.
No.
I wish it was longer. I wish that the whole movie built to that.
But that should have been the whole movie.
Yeah, it didn't earn that fight at all. Like, the scene where she's like, "Did you really think I'd kill myself?" and shoots him, like, in the theater clapped. I was like, it was unearned. I didn't clap because I didn't feel like the rest of the movie was horrible up to that point.
And it wasn't even Michael.
No, it wasn't even Michael. That's what makes it worse.
The other kid.
Corey, yeah. But, like, nothing was earned in this movie. Mini Mike. Mike Myers Jr.
Yeah.
But, well, he's dead now. And so's the original Michael, because you know what they did to him? They decided, you know what? Forget protocol. We got to get this guy out of here. So they take him to the junkyard. They throw him.
How'd they get him there?
Okay, you know how they got him there? A funeral fucking brigade where they tie his body like they tie the grandmother in the first Vacation movie to the roof of the car and drive him to the junkyard to throw him in the thing. Very gory scene, because I don't think there's any way they wanted to finally put that conclusion in your head. Michael's dead. He ain't coming back from this. I mean, I feel like...
I forget what the machine is called. It's that shredder with all the big...
gears.
Yeah, and it just shreds everything.
Yeah, they shredded him up good.
Yeah, he looked like chopped meat. But this should have been better.
It should have been. Like Matt said in the non-spoiler part of this review, the same people who made Halloween and Halloween Kills made this movie, and it just does not add up at all. I don't know what happened. Mm-hmm. It's really just all in the story and all in the screenplay. The rest of the movie, it's well made, well acted.
Yeah, it's the story.
Score is still good.
Yeah, I don't understand when you they wrote a 3-part trilogy here. Like, it was great. It was really good, and then it just terrible. Like, how does that happen?
Yeah, and it just feels like they did something that I feel like this series has tried before, which is just explain Michael and explain the power, but that's not what you built up. You built up this big Laurie versus Michael showdown. That's what we wanted to see. That's what we paid tickets to see. I didn't want to see about Corey and Michael and their relationship and how Michael, finally wants to be a father after all these years.
And, my predictions went right out the window.
Oh, yeah, you lost big time.
So my prediction was that Laurie was going to die by the hand of Michael. Halloween ends for Laurie. Michael lives on because you cannot kill evil, and he would have just kept on trucking. And that's not what we got.
Yeah, I thought they were both going to die, but I definitely didn't expect the ending that we got. I didn't expect the movie we got. I really...
Yeah, no.
Like, I built up my expectations. I heard, like, the reviews are bad, and everyone's, like, saying... I didn't watch anyone's reviews. I'm like, I'm going to be satisfied anyway. I don't think they're going to fumble the ball that bad. They Leon-Ledded this ball. My God, they dropped the ball so hard on this. I cannot believe what they did. I am just so disappointed. And it's all story, because again, like, I just can't stress this enough. It's not like it's a bad-made movie. It's just not a good Halloween and Michael Myers movie.
Yeah, it's barely a Michael Myers movie.
So,
he's got maybe like 10 minutes of screen time, tops.
15, maybe? I don't know. I'd be guessing. It's mostly, if you want to see, it's mostly a Michael Jr. movie, so...
And they had little callbacks to previous entries. You know, a lot of 78 stuff was in there. A lot of 18 and kills, flashbacks, and stuff like that, which is fine. Laurie tried stabbing him with the sewing needle. You know, little things like that, which we appreciate, but still...
Yeah, in the first scene in the movie, they're watching The Thing, but not the 1950s The Thing. They're watching the John Carpenter's 1981 The Thing. I mean, 82 The Thing, which is cool, but that means that John Carpenter in this universe never made Halloween. So, or the franchise, because that wouldn't make sense. But, you know, I still thought it was awesome.
Yeah, I'm just, at the end of the day, I'm a bit disappointed in this one. And it takes a lot to disappoint me, because I tend to like most. Like, I love Halloween Resurrection, and I think that movie is light years ahead of this one.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to have to sit back and think where I'm going to rank this overall. But right now, it's pretty low on my list, and I feel bad saying that. But we would both love to hear from you guys. Did you like this movie? Did you think it was a fresh twist?
I do want to say, if you're invested in this series, you like the originals, you saw 18, you saw Kills, definitely go check this out. Maybe check it out on Peacock. The theater experience was nice. But
although the theater in the about 2/3 through the movie before the finale, the theater started to turn on this movie. You could hear people starting to laugh and make fun of it.
Yeah, people getting restless, and I was right there with them. Like,
you had your arm up like this.
I was like, kidding me? Like, I had no idea what was going on. It was pretty insane, honestly. But check it out on Peacock.
Yeah.
That's my best recommendation.
And yeah, come back and talk spoilers with us. Are we way off base? Do you think that, like, we just didn't get it? Because, we could be wrong. Matt's wrong all the time. So you never know. Let us know in the comments section below. What did you think of Halloween Kills? And while you're down there, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel.